Hi, it's Maria from Women into Wellness, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 mindset shifts that you really need if you want to see transformation in your health, wellness and level of fitness. So stay tuned with me for that. Welcome to my channel, Women into Wellness. This is where I provide you with the tools, tips and strategies pertaining to movement, nutrition, mindfulness and lifestyle to help you maximize your potential for wellness. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that. And if you enjoy the content, then like, comment and share so that others can benefit from it too. So let's get started on those 3 mindset shifts. Number 1 is that you need to have a defined and refined plan. This involves goal setting and setting those goals that are authentic to your true self and being able to tap into what are your true desires and the intrinsic drive within you that is going to compel you to move from the current position of pain or level of discomfort and diswant to move you towards that place where you have achieved your goals and you are being pulled and compelled forward to that dream goal and that place you want to be. So this is all about goal setting, and there is a craft and an art to this about refining your goals, digging deep to access all of the motivation that is intrinsically within you, and creating a plan that has a step-by-step method for you so that you have a pathway to follow so that you know exactly what you're aiming for every step of the way. And this involves setting a long-term goal, a mid-term goal and short-term goals, and making sure that all of them are contained within a realistic outcome and goal for you that is set within a realistic time frame and that is utilizing a strategy and a plan of action that is actually going to work and get you the results. Now, if you need to know more about goal making, I have lots of videos that I've put in here for you, and I actually have a whole course about goal making and setting called Achieve Your Goals. I will link it below because that is going to take you through all of the steps that you need to get you into the headspace so that you are ready to set those goals. You will create a plan for yourself and you will even eradicate obstacles before you even get to experience them. Number 2 is that you actually have to facilitate your transformation by supporting yourself through this change in terms of allocating resources, assigning yourself the non-negotiable time to spend on yourself and on your own wellness or fitness journey, and by making sure that you actually have everything in place so that you don't make excuses and so that you step up, you show up and you actually deliver and do what you have set yourself out to do. So what does this look like? This basically means that if, for example, you are going into a body makeover, a fitness program, you want to improve the state of your strength, your stamina, your mobility, your flexibility, you need to research and know what are the things you're going to need to set this up for yourself to make it easy and accessible for you to do. So will you need to get some gym equipment? Will you need to get a home gym equipment or a gym membership? Will you need to get some different fitness gear or even just a pair of tracksuit bottoms or leggings and a t-shirt and have them set aside in a pile that is ready for you to use? Unless you're going outdoors to do exercise, you don't need fancy footwear. Any exercise done at home is best done barefoot most of the time. So think about what you need to allocate and get together. And if your resources are low, then don't go crazy with the equipment. There are loads of bodyweight exercises. There's things like walking that you can do that is absolutely free. Then start with that so that you don't have obstacles in the way of, oh, well, I don't have this to do this workout. I don't have that. Where's my workout gear? And make sure you've got space at home allocated to do your workout in, whether it's a corner of your lounge, whether you can move a chair to the side, whether you're stepping out into the garden or onto your patio or going into a public space in a park. Have all of this mapped out, have it all ready and accessible so that when you have the time plotted, which I'll talk about next, there is no reason for you not to jump straight in and do it, because there is nothing like putting you off when you don't have the right equipment, you don't have the space to do it in, and you feel like it's going to take you 20 minutes to look for everything and get ready, and then you've picked a workout that you can't actually do because you don't have the equipment for the exercises and you don't know what the alternatives are for using body weight only. So make sure you set yourself up for success by having everything you need in place. Now, part 2 of this was that you need to allocate the time, not just the resources. Because if you don't schedule this into your diary as if your life depends on it, then it's not going to happen. Now, every appointment you have in your life that is important, I'm willing to bet that you have made a note of it somewhere, whether you've got it on a post-it note, it's gone into a calendar, or it's gone into an app on your phone, or it's gone into Google Calendar. You know that you might have a doctor's appointment or an MOT for your car, or that you've got a parent-teacher meeting at your kid's school. You treat these as non-negotiables, you schedule them in, they're in the diary, and you don't map and plot something else and schedule it on top of that because you know you have to turn up for that appointment. Now, what is more important than your health and wellness? I'll give you a second to think about it, but it's a bit of a rhetorical question because surely nothing is more important than your health and wellness, and of course that of your family and the ones you love. But you need to take care of yourself, and that's not going to happen if you don't start scheduling the time for this. Now, it becomes very easy in our busy modern world to be distracted by all of the things we must do. You know, whether this is related to a job, or it's related to keeping a house, or it's related to taking care of other people in our lives, or in fact just sometimes doing nothing, which there is value to. There are things that we often place and prioritise above our own sense of well-being and our own health and wellness. Now, I am saying it is time to stop doing that and make space for you. So you need to schedule in your diary, in your weekly plan, when you are going to do the exercise, when you are going to make time for healthy nutrition and prepping your food, when you're going to make time for a meditation, or to just chill out and have me time and do some self-nurturing and pampering, because that is important as well in a wellness and well-being journey. And this has to relate specifically to your goals. So this is what ties in with the goal setting number 1, is that you need to have a plan and a method to follow to know how many of these sessions a week you need to schedule in to get you where you want to be. Now, if it's that you're stressed out and you feel like what you need to be doing is getting more rest, restoration, and some mindful activity, then you might know that every day you need to increase your sleep. So you're going to schedule in the time that you go to bed, and you are going to stick to it, because a pattern for sleep is really important. So you're going to schedule in that time that you will go to bed every night by 11 o'clock, and you will not get up, for example, before 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. Make sure it fits in your lifestyle, but make sure it works for you. If it's that you are going to be doing exercise, and for example, your goal is to burn fat, then you know you need to be doing a certain amount of weight training throughout the week. You need to be doing a certain amount of cardiovascular exercise at a certain level of intensity. And if, for example, it's that you want to switch up your nutrition and start clean eating, then you know that you're going to need to be thinking about what meals you're going to eat throughout the week. Not everyone needs to do this, but trust me, it makes it a lot easier. Think about what meals you're going to eat through the week, what you're going to be having for your breakfast. Is your lunch going to be like a salad with some protein and then some fruit dessert? Is your dinner going to be a soup with something? Have a think about what it is, and then schedule a day for when you're going to do that meal prepping. So if you're going to be having soups through the week, or salads, or you just want to chop up veg for those lovely main meals, get that done 2 days a week, because stuff needs to be fresh if you're cutting it fresh. Soups can go in the freezer. Schedule it into your diary as if it's something that needs to happen, because it does if you want to make change. This is such an important mindset, because I find it's the one that is often lacking and missing when people are working on their own or creating their own home lifestyle changes or a home workout program, is that they don't schedule it in with the absolute mindset that this has to happen. So do not miss this out. It can make all the difference between you actually seeing progression, or you starting and stopping, taking 1 step forward, 2 steps back, starting to feel disheartened, letting excuses get into the way, pushing yourself to the back burner, and letting your wellness and health and well-being potential slip and slide down to low levels. And number 3, in order to make any sort of transformation, you have to get into the mindset that this shit is going to be hard. Excuse me if you don't like swearing, but it's completely true. Now, when you are taking this change in life, when you are willing to move and progress towards a goal or a dream, you are going to have to be a problem solver. You are going to overcome hurdles. You're going to have to push through days where you really don't want to take steps forward. And you are really going to have to step up, show up, and do the work. Now, this means taking consistent steps that are actionable, that align with your plan, with your method, with your short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. And the only way you're going to do this is if you recognize from the get-go that it is going to take effort, it is going to take work. Now, change is never easy because it requires effort. But I want you to think about what I'm going to say next. Transformation becomes possible when you realize that making change and taking actions is easier than staying the same. Okay, so think about what I said, because what I'm really talking about is when you're in the position you're in right now and you're thinking there's something about your lifestyle that needs to change, that you need to improve, something you want to move away from because it's holding you down, it's drawing you back, it's affecting your health or your well-being, and it's taking you into a negative aspect of your life, it puts you in a place of pain or discomfort, okay? Staying in this place, on the one hand, can seem easy because it's where you are currently. It's where you've been for the last week, month, or years that has got you to this current position, situation in your life, okay? So staying the same is sometimes easy because you're in a level of comfort in terms of where your habits are, okay? You're repeating the same thing over and over again that has kept you stuck. But however, what is difficult about staying stuck and not taking action is that pain and discomfort you're feeling, right? It feels horrible. It feels crappy. You feel like, I really want to make change. I'm fed up of being here. And this can range from one end of a scale right to the other. So it might just be a small level of discomfort. It might be something you just feel like it would be nice to change. Or it could be something that you actually have tears over and that you're in distress or a level of anxiety or depression over. This current state of staying the same, staying stuck, doing what you've been doing is holding you in a position of pain and discomfort. So to not take action actually becomes the difficult thing when you perceive it in this way. Now, although it might seem like it's difficult to get up and go to the gym 5 times a week, or do a home workout 5 times a week, or go for a walk, or to start eating healthily and chuck all the crap out of your cupboard, or to start a meditation practice because your mind wanders, they may feel initially like they could be difficult steps, especially when you think about doing it consistently. But what is so important about this is that realizing that those steps become easier to do and take actionable action towards consistently when you realize they are going to bring you about that change. They actually become the easier thing to do than to stay in the stuck place of pain and discomfort. So you have to get that mindset in place. You've got to realize it's going to be difficult in terms of taking action to get yourself to do something consistently, but that's only for the first, month, 2 months. Once you get into a habit and you find a system that works for you, it then becomes progressively easier, okay? You train your brain, you create that muscle memory if it's movement based. You start to create a habit that then becomes habitual, and then it becomes easy. But it's flipping this and thinking that actually doing nothing is the thing that is going to be harder, because it keeps you in that place of pain, discomfort and stuckness for the next day, the next week, the next year, the next decade, however long it is that you do not take action. So very important. Now, I have a whole video that's all about pain and how pain and discomfort can compel you forwards in my goal setting videos. I will link that down below. And this is another important one for you to look at if you want to delve into this a little bit further. So I hope that you found those 3 things important. And just to recap, the first one is having a plan. You have to define and refine, set those goals, have a plan and a method that's going to work for you. The second one is you need to support yourself by making it accessible for you. Gather your resources, schedule in that non-negotiable me time so your resources become the things you need, the places you're going to do it in, and the time allotted in order to enable you to actually spend time doing it. And then number 3 is to shift your mindset, flip it and reverse it so that you realize that staying stuck is actually more difficult than taking action and making change. And that everything is going to require effort, but it's going to get easier each day that you take that step. And I'm going to add, I said 3, I'm going to add a 4th one on for you, because this goes without saying really, is that any journey is never going to be completely linear. Okay, so important. You can't pick a goal and think, I'm going to achieve this week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, whatever your short-term, mid-term, long-term goals are, and think that you are going to get there without ever taking a step backwards. Because if you do, my friend, then you are setting yourself up for disappointment and potentially disheartenment. So go into it knowing in the first place that it's not going to be linear. You may slip and stumble, you may fall off the wagon, you may have occasions where you choose a path or a method or start a plan that it's actually not suitable for you and it doesn't work and the results are not working. This is so important to recognise this is going to happen and that it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster. So you'll have highs and lows, things will work, they won't work, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, because once you accept that at the very beginning, then you know that any of those issues are not a reason or an excuse for failure or for quitting, okay? Because you know it's just part of the process. Anybody who has achieved anything, trust me, they have failed and they have then just learned from that and picked up and continued on. Do not let it be a reason why you ditch your dreams and your goals. Allow it to be a learning opportunity, something you can grow from and that's going to compel you to move forward. So I hope you found them helpful. If you would like more information on goal setting, more guidance, check out my Achieve Your Goals course down below. If you would like to look at the programs I offer, which include online programs, one-to-one coaching, then pop over to the website www.womenintowellness.com. And remember that I am rooting for you. If there are any videos that you would like to see or you would like to learn more about this, then please pop a comment below and let me know down below in the comments which of these 4 different mind shifts has actually made the difference for you today. I thank you for watching, and until next time, I wish you well.